anybody's price, anywhere or anytime, and that's our promise to you. Beard's Jewelry, conveniently open 7 days a week, located at the St. John's Town Center.
It's Rich Jones. I know you're looking for huge, incredible, unlike any other savings when it comes to buying a new vehicle. You are in luck now because the Big One sales event is happening now at Arlington Toyota. You can lease a new 2020 Corolla LE for just $187 a month. If you're looking for a big deal on a new RAV4, get that at Arlington. Lease a new 2019 RAV4 LE for just $239 a month. So many reasons to buy from Arlington and during the Big One sales event. For example, the $5,000 Advantage Club, which is yours with any new or pre-owned purchase. It's loaded with discounts on service. It's such a great team. Parts, trade-in cash, even a national lifetime warranty with unlimited miles and time for new purchases. This is it. The Big One sales event calls for big-time selection, and that's exactly what Arlington Toyota is all about. I'm talking over 1,000 new and pre-owned every day at 10939 Atlantic Boulevard, just east of the East Beltway. The Big One sales event happening now at Arlington Toyota and arlingtontoyota.com.
Our nation's sea services protect our waterways, eliminate threats around the world, and safeguard Americans at sea. They have been a vital part of our nation's defense since 1775. Help keep our sea services strong. Support our Navy, Marine Corps, Coast Guard, and U.S. Flag Merchant Marine by enrolling as a member of the Navy League of the United States, the #1 advocate for our sea services. Learn more at NavyLeague.org. The Navy League is a CFC participant.
Now, the WOKV First Alert Forecast.
A 7 on the WOKV weather meter. It'll be a hot and humid weekend. Storms will be more widely scattered than recent days, mainly late this afternoon into this evening. Highs in the low 90s, dropping into the mid-70s tonight, and partly sunny tomorrow with an isolated afternoon thunderstorm up to 94. Feel-like temperatures well above 100 degrees. And Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday will all be hot and partly sunny with isolated to widely scattered afternoon storms and highs in the mid-90s. From the First Alert Weather Center, I'm Action News Jax Chief Meteorologist Mike Burrish for News 104.5 WOKV.
Helping to make our community a better place. This is the WOKV Ask the Experts Weekend. Discussing things that matter most to you. Have a question? Have it answered by our local experts. Now, the Home and Garden Show with Wally Conway and Larry O'Neill on News 104.5 WOKV.
Good morning. Welcome to the Home and Garden Show. It is 6:05 on a beautiful Saturday morning in Jacksonville, Florida, the intergalactic headquarters of the Home and Garden Show. To our friends, to our fans, to our families, welcome back to the show. We have missed you. To those of you new to the show, here's who we are and what we do. Each and every single Saturday, right here from 6 till 8 a.m. on News 104.5 WOKV. I'm joined by the big guy, Sasquatch.
That's me.
Yeti, 6'6", 232 pounds of twisted steel and sex appeal, Mr. Larry O'Neill. You've seen Larry on TV, hosting Larry's Garden. You've seen him about town landscaping. He's the tall man in the small straw hat. Me, Wally Conway, Mr. Home Inspection, certified master inspector from Home Pro Inspections. You've seen me on Home and Garden Television as the house detective, and possibly about town if you spend time in attics and crawl spaces. Larry's job here on the show is to be sure your grass is green, your fruit is sweet, and your flowers forever in bloom. Me, Wally Conway, Mr. Home Inspection, my job is to be sure your home is safe, secure, efficient, forever a source of pleasure and pride. From time to time, Larry gets a house idea, I get a garden idea, we mix it up in the middle. But what makes the show fun for us is you. Your thoughts, your calls, your commentary. 855-765-1045. And for our fans watching on the live stream, Home Pro live stream on Facebook, you can send pictures and commentary right through Facebook. That's just fine, too. But again, the number, 855-765-1045. Sasquatch,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
It was rainy. It was hot. How'd you do out there in the yard?
It was man, that's been in the afternoon, it gets like 110 degrees.
Yeah.
You know? It just feels, in the sun, you just feel it cooking.
And when that happens, I get down on one knee, and I thank God I am not a shovel jockey.
Well, and then about another hour, it's pouring rain, and then we're back down to 79.
It was too hot on Thursday to check the mail.
Oh, God, it was hot. It was hot.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. But, the rain comes, and it cools right down, and that's a good thing about living in Florida. Crepe myrtles they're in full bloom now. There's so many good varieties of crepe myrtles. They've really done a lot of work on them and to expand their colors, their size. You know when the first crepe myrtle was introduced to the United States?
I have no idea.
1787.
Who did it?
I'm not 100% sure, but George Washington had one.
He did?
He had one. So you originally come from the Korea and China. That's where their original early in the morning. That's where they originally came from. Okay, but what I want to mention
who brought them over?
No, I forgot who.
Okay,
I'm just
curious.
my mind. No problem.
Was it someone named Myrtle?
Myrtle, probably Myrtle. I do remember
Captain Carpe Myrtle. He was a French explorer.
Yes. Bougainvillea was a French general.
Yeah.
I mean, French admiral. And then the Zoysia was Count Zoysia from Austria, brought the first Zoysia grass to the United States.
There's always a story.
Yes. It is. It is a very interesting story. But, crepe myrtles are furnishing, great color, great durability. There's, hardly trees besides the Chinese fringe tree does that in our climate zone. And some of them are reblooming, beautiful trunks. But, make sure that when you're picking a crepe myrtle that you get one in the right size so you don't have to commit crepe murder every year, to hard pruning them. But, let them become a tree. And they actually make pretty nice border shrubs. So if you get a dwarf crepe myrtle and you cut it to the ground every year, you'll have beautiful flowers in the middle of summer.
And don't position them under the power lines.
Yeah, don't position them on the power
lines. On my morning walk in the Scott Mill area, it seems like everyone who has crepe myrtles puts them right under the power line. I'm like, why do they?
I think people want to plant trees on the easement, and because shades of property and also gives them some partition, but those power lines are a big issue when you got a tree out there. So.
Sure.
But crepe myrtles are in another reason if you want to attract birds during the bird season, is that, believe it or not, the birds have adapted to eating crepe myrtle seeds. So these are the birds that have been listed as crepe myrtle seed eaters, and there's quite a few. It's unusual that native birds would change their diet because they're used to eating.
We do. Look at all the nuts and fruits and veggies we eat from all over the world.
So all it does is one eats it, and then the other one's watching, and he's still living. He says, "Oh well, we're going to try that." But house finches is one of the great birds that house finches. Do you have any house finches?
I don't know.
No, there's the small birds that'll make a nest in a wreath, in your garage, anything.
Oh, I had those on my porch before.
Yeah, they'll make a nest anywhere along the house.
Yeah,
house finches, it attracts house finches, cardinals, and goldfinches. So there's a great variety of birds, that are attracted by crepe myrtles. So that gives you another reason to plant crepe myrtles. Crepe myrtles are, very, very healthy, and then growing trees with hardly any disease problems. Give them good sunlight, and they'll produce a great amount of flowers. If you have the white varieties like Natchez, there is some reblooming, and so if you trim all the flowers off and fertilize, you'll get some recurrent blooming. And I just want to mention that about crepe myrtles because crepe myrtles are thought of as not as an attractor of our native birds, but they in fact are. If you have wisteria in your garden, wisteria is that classic climbing plant. Do you have any wild wisteria in your property?
I don't think so.
Okay. It's, the beautiful, you can have the Japanese, the American, or the Chinese wisteria. This is a time to really severely prune it back. To get that great looking flower, you've got to make sure that you prune back this time severely. A lot of times people
put a percentage on the when you say trim back severely. Is that 20%?
50%.
Oh, 50%.
You can do 50, 25%. A severe prune back, even on if I use it on like a citrus tree will not fruit. A severe pruning always brings them out. As far what it does is cause a plant to really produce a lot of flowers, and also helps control it. Wisteria. When you're growing wisteria, you want to consider growing it on the front of your house. Which there's some beautiful houses in Jacksonville that have wisteria growing on the face of the house. You want to create a wire trellis.
Yeah. So it's not rooting into the structure of the house.
It's a twiner, and it is such a strong twiner. What you want to do is when you're growing it up a wall or growing up a structure, you want to prevent it from twining. So you want to hang it. So when it starts running up and it starts to twine, you want to unwrap it, and tie it to the wall,
Why?
to the structure, because it's such a strong pulls down anything. It's just it's a massive.
Can I get it to grow on a trellis?
Yes, you can grow on a trellis, but again,
and not let it intertwine.
don't let it twine. You know, because it's difficult to control that way, difficult to prune. If it's
Right.
twining around a tree, twining around a piece of lumber.
So how often do I need to be attentive to this?
About, let's say, once every couple months, once a month.
Once a month.
Yeah, just get out, pull it, untwine it, get a little plastic bag, cut
Does
it.
it learn?
No, it's always going to twine. You know the difference between Chinese and Japanese wisteria?
I have one twines to the left, one twines to the right.
Exactly.
Did I get that right?
Yeah, you did. One goes counterclockwise and
this garden thing is so easy. It's just intuitive.
yeah, okay. But that was an interesting factoid there. But then we have our American wisteria, which is it's not as aggressive grower, it's not as floriferous, but wisteria needs a good pruning back this time of the year. Next thing on the garden list, I'm out there walking around this lawn that we've been working on. I've been working on this guy's property for about 10 years. We did a landscape, and it's absolutely beautiful this year. Beautiful. I mean, it's beautiful. I mean, it is beautiful.
Yeah.
Even he said, "Hey, my God, it's beautiful."
Yes.
But the grass is perfect, and he started with lots of problems: heavy clay, take our root rot, every kind of issue. Had his azaleas. He had at least 300 or 400 azaleas.
How did you solve the clay problem?
We used
Did you augment the soil some?
We augmented the soil. Yeah, we augmented the soil, and then but we've solved pretty much everything but this year it was magnificent. But the thing when I was walking across this property, I've been walking across several properties.
Barefoot?
Sod webworm. Yeah, barefoot. It always feels good. He has zoysia in the backyard.
Yeah, I love zoysia.
Sod webworm is out there right now. So it's starting.
Chickens. You need chickens.
Chickens are perfect for sod webworm. But if you want to use
sod webworms into fertilizer.
Exactly.
Drops right out the back end.
You got that cycle going. But
it's a machine.
If you're not into chickens, just you happen not to be, and you want to do a really effective job on controlling your sod webworms in your homeowner, you can get Acellafrin. Acellafrin is the best sod webworm
available
solution.
at retail.
It's not available at retail. You can get it online. Okay. And what it gives you protection against sod webworms for around 90 days or longer. The problem.
Their life cycle is much shorter than that.
Yes.
Season
you'll
where
dry it up. You'll usually dry up. What happens is that if you have sod webworms, they'll lay their eggs, they'll overwinter, and they'll come back year after year after year in the same spot because their eggs overwinter because we don't get that cold time. But the one thing about Acellafrin versus like bifenthrin or other insecticides on they treat sod webworms with is that there is the residual action. None of those other insecticides have residual action.
No staying power.
And then also when you treat sod webworm, because they run that green material or their food through their stomach so quickly that they don't have time to absorb the insecticide. So it has to be, there's only a small window of
vulnerability
where the insecticide decreases in its concentration, then it doesn't affect them anymore. But just exactly the opposite with Acellafrin. It has residual action. Any place where I buy paspalmum, which is seashore paspalmum, is susceptible to sod webworm, is that they all are going to be using Acellafrin because they know that this is going to last. Therefore, the expense. And it sure is expensive. If you're going to buy 1 gallon, it's $1,200. So
even a homeowner doesn't need a gallon.
Never need that. But
I need to come over with a thimble.
Right, a thimble. You're right. But now
Please, sir, may I have a drop?
They have it in granular, so the homeowner can buy it. If you have, sod webworm problem and you want to resolve it, buy some Acellafrin. Even though it's expensive, it's in hundreds of dollars, $100 and something, maybe a little bit more than that. That's enough for around 8,000 square feet. So you can consider that maybe 2 applications.
Quarter of an acre.
Yeah, right. So you got plenty of chemical. You just keep it in a dry spot. Let's say it lasts you for 4 years. You'll probably only have to use it once, and then maybe as a preventative before. You'll dry up the population.
So let me ask you a question about acelefen and some of these other chemicals that are not typically available at retail.
Because they're
Is it an issue of extreme expense, or are they controlled chemicals in some way?
Well, they're controlled by the maker.
Okay.
They call it the agency price. That means there's no discount, there's no negotiating.
So it's not an issue of some regulatory group that says this chemical must be in the
It's just mostly the price and the rate of applications. How they, when you buy a homeowner product, it says X amount of ounces per gallon, X amount per, this is per 1,000 square feet. It's hard for a homeowner to translate that into.
How about the tolerance for error? So a chemical manufacturer will release a chemical in general retail that has it accepts poor performance pretty well. So if I don't mix it quite right, it might not be tragic. Do the commercial chemicals tend to be more precise, meaning if I do it wrong, I'm going to do damage?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. You're right about that. But you can always call the manufacturer. They're very helpful. Most manufacturers I've ever call and ask a question. They're very helpful with the technical information and how to mix it and go over with the homeowner and explain how to properly apply.
The same guy that would never read directions is the same guy that would never call the manufacturer. So I applaud your good thought. However,
but you
got your direction readers and you got your wingers.
Yeah. It's amazing.
But if you see someone with an extraordinarily beautiful lawn and garden area, they read directions.
Yes, they read directions. They pay attention. Yes, exactly.
It's a detailed work.
But if you wanted to get a bag of acelefen, it's a good time to. If you have sod webworm, I would recommend it.
Okay, I'd get a chicken. It's 6:20 here at News 104.5 on the Home and Garden Show. Brief break, jumping right on the phones to your calls at 855-765-1045. And a reminder, if you're calling from the International Space Station, you have head-of-the-line privileges. No waiting.
The morning household hurry can be worse than anything I-95 can throw at you. But there's one person that understands your need to move quick in the morning and your need for news, weather, and traffic.
That's me, Alexa.
Wake up and listen at home every morning. Just ask Alexa to play News 104.5 WOKV.
Wally Conway here, Mr. Home Inspection from Home Pro Inspections with important information about home warranties. At Home Pro Inspections, we have always recommended that every home buyer had a home inspection and a home warranty. It's much like having a physical exam and health insurance. They work together to protect you. Until now, I have never referred or endorsed a home warranty company because, truthfully, they were all about the same. They were only good for 12 months. They had a long list of coverage exclusions, and they denied pre-existing conditions. The most comprehensive home warranty in America is now available in Jacksonville, covering items denied by others, including water softeners, well pumps, alarm systems, and there's no extra charge for multiple heat pumps or water heaters. When Home Pro inspects your home, the warranty is extended to 18 months of coverage at no extra charge. There is no better inspection and warranty package in America. For details and to order your home warranty, visit GoHomePro.com, GoHomePro.com, or call me at 268-8211.
Your judgment-free summer starts now at Planet Fitness. Now through Thursday, July 12th, for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, you'll get a clean, friendly place to work out. Join in club or online at planetfitness.com. See club for details.
Hi, this is Ronnie Brannon with Brannon Roofing. If you're about to replace your roof with asphalt shingles, wait. As a contractor that installs all types of roofing, I want you to consider a metal roof. Not only will it last longer, it'll probably save you on your electric bill. 813-4967. That's 813-4967.
Every day in our city, as many as 8 cases of child abuse or neglect are reported. Nearly 1,000 kids are served in foster care, and over 350 homeless teens hope for a safe place to sleep. But we can get the support we need from Daniel Kids, Florida's oldest child service agency. We just need one more thing. You.
Improving the odds for kids in crisis begins with each one of us. Please donate at danielkids.org.
Alexa, how do I drive more customers into my business?
First, people will need to hear about you.
Okay.
Then you need to be online where they look for you.
Online, huh?
Then you need to be involved in the community. Then you need to...
Whoa. I don't have time for all that. I need to run my business. Alexa, can you help me find someone that can help me with online marketing?
Okay, searching for a local team that can help.
Codan is now Local Solutions, your local marketing team putting you at the top of mind. Visit JacksonvilleLocalSolutions.com today and let us take your business to the next level so you can get back to running it. Local Solutions, powered by Cox Media Group. Marketing solved.
America is kept safe because the Army National Guard responds, protects, and supports our nation when it needs them most. The Army National Guard responds to disasters such as wildfires and floods. They protect us with missile defense, cybersecurity, and civilian support teams for chemical, biological, and radiological hazards. Be there for your community and your country. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more about part-time service. Sponsored by the Florida Army National Guard. Aired by the Florida Association of Broadcasters and this station.
At Indeed, we believe a resume is a great way to see an overview of a candidate. But you're not hiring a resume, you're hiring a person. That's why Indeed offers tools that help bridge the gap between a candidate and the resume. Like skill tests, which let you actually see a candidate's abilities in action to make sure they're a good fit for the job. See beyond the resume with Indeed. Experience Indeed for yourself today and get a free sponsored job upgrade on your first posting at Indeed.com/promo. Terms and conditions apply.
Now, the WOKV First Alert Forecast.
Hot and humid today with a widely scattered late day or evening shower or thunderstorm. A high of 92, dropping to just 74 tonight. Hot tomorrow. It'll be partly sunny on your Sunday with isolated to widely scattered afternoon thunderstorms. A high of 94. And the heat continues Monday through Wednesday under partly sunny skies with isolated afternoon storms and highs around 95 each day. From the First Alert Weather Center, I'm Action News Jax Chief Meteorologist Mike Burrish. News 104.5 WOKV.
Get the 5-day forecast from CBS 47 and Fox 30 Action News Jax Chief Meteorologist Mike Burrish. 4 times an hour, every weekday morning on Jacksonville's Morning News from 5 till 9 a.m. This is where Jacksonville turns first for severe weather. News 104.5 WOKV.
Welcome back to the Home and Garden Show, y'all. 625 News 104.5 on the Home and Garden Show. I'm Wally Conway from Home Pro Inspections, along with Larry O'Neill from Larry's Garden, enjoying the day together, taking your calls at 855-765-1045, cowboy.
Oh, yeah.
You never know what's going to happen on this music. That just drives me crazy. Condominium assessments. If you're thinking about buying a condominium, you've got to be aware of what assessments may be pending. When you take ownership of that condominium, you also take ownership, not directly, though indirectly, in the common areas. That could be the walls, the balconies, the roofs, the swimming pool, the docks, the seawalls, all those other things, some of which have a high expense. And when it's time to spend that money, if your association does not have that money, they equally divide that and assign that payment to you. So, yeah.
Oh, wow.
And it's especially important in that due diligence period to go meet with the association manager. Yeah, if you have a real estate agent there doing some things and your closing attorney's doing some things, go meet them. Go find out, what are these people like? Where is the office? How do they behave? What are the hours that they're open? What will life be like interacting with these association people? Because they're essentially a part of your family now, whether you like it or not. You know, that's the first line that you've got to go to to get it done. And the quality of association managers varies dramatically. Dramatically. Some are as crisp and professional and as available as you could ever imagine, and some are deplorable. The worst of all association management positions is when there's no professional management and it's just those board members of the association. That's not good. That's not good. No matter how well intended, they typically lack either the time and or the skill set to manage your association. So many people end up in a community that has an association are paying these homeowner fees, and they don't like the individuals running the darn thing, and they don't like the service they're being provided. And you can get a real good glimpse inside of what it will be like. Just go meet them.
Right.
If they're not receptive and welcoming to you, what do you think it's going to be like later?
Yeah.
It's not. Bad news doesn't get better with time.
Yeah. It's like getting married and you're arguing already the first day, what's it going to look like in 20 years.
Yeah. So you don't want that. So,
yeah.
As I'm making this transition in my life to condo life. Hey, you know the best thing about transition?
Condo life. Okay.
Yeah. Waterfront condo life.
Make yourself a little t-shirt, condo life.
Condo life. Yeah. The best, I have not mowed a lawn or had a lawn.
Right.
In 17 years, I think. 17 years.
Yes.
Between living on my boat and then living in the wild like I do now.
Right. You still got to blow the driveway.
Yeah, but I like doing the driveway.
You like blowing the driveway.
I'm going to miss my backpack blower, by the way.
Yeah, okay.
I know you've been eyeballing it.
Yeah, I am.
But transitioning to the condo, there's a good chance I will go from age 50 to 49. Okay, 15 years I haven't mowed a lawn since I was 49. Anyway, I may go, if I live to be 100,
right,
I will have gone 50 years without mowing a lawn.
I haven't mowed a lawn either.
You lie.
I have somebody else do it.
Man, you rake, you shovel.
I'll
do all that stuff.
I'll rake and shovel, no problem.
Don't be telling me you haven't mowed a lawn.
Yeah.
But it is important to know your association.
Yes.
They're essentially like family members. They're like a cousin.
Yeah.
If or think of them like the in-laws. That's a better analogy.
Right.
The condo association, the homeowners association is like the in-laws. So you may love this group. Okay. You may love this person and choose them for your spouse, but the in-laws are coming along. So you might love this home, but the homeowners association
these are all the strings
attached. The in-laws, I love that.
The in-laws.
Yeah, that's the analogy. I got it.
Right.
It's 6:30 here at News 104.5 on the Home and Garden Show. We've got Fox News, traffic, weather, and more of the Home and Garden Show featuring you at 855-765-1045. Stay with us. Right back.
Listen every morning at 7:10 and 8:40 for the latest on all things DC with Washington insider Jamie Dupree. This is where Jacksonville turns first for breaking news. News 104.5 WOKV.
News, I'm Pat O'Neill. Rain from Tropical Storm Barry lashing the Louisiana coast. The storm expected to make landfall sometime this morning, possibly at hurricane strength. Charlotte Foster in Denham Springs.
The schools step up, the churches, and you do get that sense of, this is terrible, but we're going to get through this.
Barry expected to come ashore near Morgan City, west of New Orleans. Labor Secretary Alex Acosta stepping down amid criticism over how he handled the Jeffrey Epstein sex scandal case when Acosta was a prosecutor a decade ago.
Cabinet positions are temporary trusts. It would be selfish for me to stay in this position.
Democrats welcome the news. Meanwhile, President Trump publicly praised Acosta and said he would have been willing to have him remain as his labor secretary.
Fox's John Decker. This is Fox News.
Now, local news from CBS 47. Fox 30 Action News Jax.
I'm Action News Jax anchor Lorena Inclan for News 104.5 WOKV. Our top story. Jacksonville firefighters are working a 3-alarm fire at an apartment building on Old Kings Road near Bay Meadows. Crews have reported heavy smoke and fire through the roof. It's unclear how many families have been affected at this time. Action News Jax Elizabeth Pace is there gathering more information. She'll have live reports starting at 6 a.m. on Fox 30. For the first time in 31 years, FDOT will start collecting tolls in Jacksonville. Starting today, drivers using the First Coast Expressway on the west side will pay a toll. The toll road is near State Road 23 and 103rd Street by Cecil Airport. If you buy a SunPass, you'll save about 25 cents on tolls and won't have to stop in cash lanes. This weekend, First Coast No More Homeless Pets is hosting a mega adoption event to help cats and dogs find loving homes. The event is from 10 to 6 at the fairgrounds. Adoption fees are $20, and that includes includes spaying and neutering, a microchip, vaccines, and a license from the city. Action News Jax this morning continues till 10 on Fox 30. You can watch our live stream by downloading our mobile app right from your phone.
You've always wanted a safe, and now is the time. Time to head to Noel's Lock and Safe, the go-to place for gun safes, home safes, and office safes by Liberty Safe Company. America's best built safe with over 2 million sold. Noel's has the largest selection of safes in North Florida and South Georgia, and a showroom with a huge selection of Liberty safes to choose from. Now with 12 months interest-free financing with 0 down or 90-day free layaway to lock in the savings. Visit online at libertysafesofnorthflorida.com.
2 wheels, a little time to cut loose, and some buddies who have your back. That feeling you get from chasing thrills with some friends is what Harley-Davidson is all about. The adventures you can have in an afternoon can make the kind of stories that turn into legends. A Harley costs less than you think, and our riding academy makes learning to ride easy. Check it out today at your dealer. Live your legend.
Adam Mack Harley-Davidson. Get out and ride.
What I continue to tell people about the entire experience is that it never felt like a sale. Not once did I feel like I was trying to be sold anything.
When people come to Diamonds Direct, they expect the highest quality, the lowest prices. But what they are surprised by is the experience, the relaxed, no-pressure atmosphere, and people who genuinely care.
At Diamonds Direct, it's just a different feel. As soon as you get here, you kind of feel comfortable with the process.
It's people that are pretty much family, honestly, at this point. I'm not even joking. They're so warm and welcoming.
They're very patient, they're very kind, and they're very, very helpful. They're very knowledgeable about their products.
Every single one of the people that touched our transaction made sure that we were ecstatic about it when we left. And we still have that relationship.
Very honest, very sincere, kind staff.
They just make you feel like family.
You feel like family here, no doubt about it. I will come back here.
We are Diamonds Direct customers for life.
Come discover the difference and be a part of our family at Diamonds Direct at the Markets at Town Center, official jeweler of the Jaguars.
What if I told you there was a way to step into another gear for your brain and be much sharper, more focused, and improve your memory to a level that you could only dream about and notice these results in 30 minutes? Hard to believe? Neuroscientists are calling this new brain discovery the biggest advancement in brain science to date. It's called Limitless, the brain pill of the future. Take it, and within 30 minutes, you'll transport your mind to a new level of focus and clarity you would have never thought possible.
I took Limitless, and it started working in minutes. All of a sudden, it felt like a dark cloud had been lifted up right before my eyes. I have a mental clarity I've never felt before.
Biz execs, athletes, teachers, and students are calling Limitless a secret weapon for the brain. You have nothing to lose, so call now and find out how to get a free bottle today.
Find out how to get a free bottle of Limitless. Call 1-800-617-1604. 800-617-1604. Free bottles for a limited time. Call now. 800-617-1604. 800-617-1604.
Now, the WOKV First Alert Forecast.
A 7 on the WOKV weather meter. It'll be a hot and humid weekend. Storms will be more widely scattered than recent days, mainly late this afternoon into this evening. Highs in the low 90s, dropping into the mid-70s tonight, and partly sunny tomorrow with an isolated afternoon thunderstorm up to 94. Feel like temperatures well above 100 degrees. And Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday will all be hot and partly sunny with isolated to widely scattered afternoon storms and highs in the mid-90s. From the First Alert Weather Center, I'm Action News Jax Chief Meteorologist Mike Burrish for News 104.5 WOKV.
Helping to make our community a better place. This is the WOKV Ask the Experts Weekend. Discussing things that matter most to you. Have a question? Have it answered by our local experts. Now, the Home and Garden Show with Wally Conway and Larry O'Neill on News 104.5 WOKV.
Welcome back to the Home and Garden, 6:36 here at News 104.5 on the Home and Garden Show. I'm Wally Conway from Home Pro Inspections. Larry O'Neill from Larry's Garden. Love to hear from you. Here is that number, 855-765-1045. You know, I'm moving into this condominium lifestyle. It's going to be some number of months, and I'll keep you posted on how my home sale goes and how the closing and all that goes. I was reading through the Homeowners Association rules, which likely no one does. But I thought, so this should be some...
They don't read the directions on their, fertilizer. Now you read the homeowner rules.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, that's good. Sign here.
Well, I have a sign up in the conference room of my office so that whenever, our whole team is together, they can see this sign. And it says, to break the rules, you must first master them.
Yeah, yes.
So you want to know the rules.
Right. You want to know the
I may
loopholes.
pick and choose which ones.
Yeah, you want to know the loopholes. Yeah, I got that. Okay.
But it said you can only have one potted plant at the entrance to your front door.
Only
I
one.
can have one potted plant. But guess what didn't say?
Is one potted plant, or could be one pot with many plants, or just one plant?
There was not clarity. But that didn't say that. It said one. You're right. But there wasn't clarity. I can have one.
Okay.
But it didn't say how big the pot could be.
Or how many plants you could put in.
Or how many plants could be in that one pot.
Okay.
So one of the first things I'll be doing upon moving is testing that rule.
Okay.
I want to see how big of a pot I can get there.
Oh, there's always a jerk. And you're going to push him over the limit.
Yeah.
You get a forklift up there?
Yeah,
come along and put a gigantic, 2-foot pot up there.
So it didn't say how big the limit on the size of the pot, either large or small. Didn't have a limit on the plant, either large or small. But I'm thinking if I can get this giant plant, the giant pot, get me like a little tiny plant just to kind of play.
Oh, yeah, that's
the other idea I had.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
About tweaking one breath I say, I'm going to go meet the people. I'm already doing it. Right. Meet the people in the association and learn the rules.
Right.
And then here I am already tweaking it. Hopefully none of them are listeners.
Yes.
Anyway, have you seen, I know you have, these flower pots that have like 20 or 30 little access points, little micro on the sides.
Yeah. Strawberry pots,
What are they called?
Strawberry pots.
Strawberry pots, okay. And in terracotta, I see them often in terracotta. Right. I thought, well, that would be cool. If I could get me one of those strawberry pots that's like 4 or 5 feet tall, that's got probably 40 little micro pots, those little balconies, flower pots that stick off the side, that might be fun too.
Oh, the property manager is going to have a legacy. They're going to have a troublemaker.
And also, it didn't say I couldn't have like a weeping hanging plant that grows out of it. So I'm on the second floor, and like Rapunzel, let down your hair. I can have this big planty vine,
ivy or something like that.
So I only got one pot.
I got one pot, it's one plant. So what's the problem? You have to make new rules just for you.
Do you see that pretty often? I guess you don't landscape a lot of condos other than common areas.
No, we've landscaped some, planting areas in condos. Yes.
I was also thinking about getting a 2 to 3 square foot piece of zoysia grass to use as my doormat.
Well, how would you get around with that? Because they say plants that would.
It's a doormat.
It's a doormat. Okay.
So you know
have to identify the material.
Right.
Okay.
I have a doormat and I limit the size of the doormat. I want to have it as a.
Okay, they're gonna have to be careful about you.
Yeah.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah,
no problem.
Zoysia is very tolerant.
Well, let us know how it works out.
Zoysia is very tolerant of foot traffic.
Yes.
So I could just use it to wipe my feet off. That'll basically be fertilizing because I might have stepped in something.
Perfect. Plus, you'd be absorbing greenhouse gases.
Yeah.
That's it right there. Right. Do you know that you can spend $4,395?
No, I couldn't.
For a bunch of grapes.
For grapes?
One bunch of grapes. The Japanese have a lot of interest in fruit, and they grade and make these exotic fruits, and it's like a part of their culture to have these unusual fruits. It's called the Satito Nishiki grapes.
I'm afraid to ask what happens when I eat one of these.
Nothing.
It's a $4,000 fistful of grapes.
$395 for a bunch of grapes. The one thing they do assure you that the sugar content's got to be over 18%.
What do they do with them?
They eat them.
Well, I got that part. But
4,300.
There's no special Ginsu knife that you peel it with.
No, they got to guarantee. I think the grape's got to be a certain amount of kilograms. It's a special hybrid. But it's $4,395. They sell them at auction. And there's a black watermelon that sells.
And you can't even store it or anything. You got to
eat them in a hurry because they're rotten. They're going bad by the minute. They got a golf ball size strawberry in Japan.
I want to go back to the grapes. How many grapes do you figure in a bunch? Maybe 30, 40 of them?
Yeah, 30 or 40.
So they're basically $100 per grape.
Yeah, $100 per grape.
I'll tell you what, if you buy a bunch of these, just because I'm curious,
buy one.
I'll give you $100 for one grape.
No, shoot.
I'm a frugal guy, but that sounds pretty different.
They have another the fruit that they grow, which is unusual. A strawberry the size of a tennis ball. And that sells for a mere $1,000.
One strawberry?
One strawberry is $1,000. Yeah.
No, I want to know how they eat that. Do they just chop it?
They slice it up and just put it on their pancakes.
Share it, or,
you know what I
really?
mean? I guess you just relish the idea. But then they have for $35 you can buy a pear that looks like a Buddha. The pear is a bargain. Yeah. They put these. They take the pear and they put it in these containers and that are shaped like Buddha mole, and then they put them in there and they grow. They look like Buddhas.
Are they transparent so it gets sunlight or?
Yeah. It's just and they put them on there, so it's $35 a pair. The Japanese.
That's interesting to me. The fruit doesn't develop mold or any other difficulties pressed up against the mold. Or
it could be something
in the mold. Two different kinds of mold.
It could be something that breeze. It could be something that breeze or
a
sealed.
Buddha pear.
Yeah, Buddha pear. So it is. We're in the wrong business. You know what I mean? It's amazing. We just got done putting a concrete driveway in, and one of the things.
Did you take payment in Buddha pears?
No,
golf ball strawberries.
No, I'm afraid I won't be doing that. But again, when you're putting a concrete driveway in, and you're the homeowner, and you're having your driveway repaired, or you wanted to ensure that your driveway lasts longer without cracks, because cracks are unsightly, and that's the main reason driveways wear out, because they get a lot of cracks. If they're not caused by trees. Trees is a different issue.
That's cracks from the bottom.
Yeah. But make sure your expansion joints are about 10 feet apart on the right and left and on the front and back.
I give you my rule of thumb. Tell me if it works for you.
Yeah.
You should have an expansion joint distance is the same as the width. So they're square.
Right. That's ideal. Right. Ideal.
Okay.
Because every crack in a driveway, I mean, I've looked at so many driveways that every crack in a driveway, I find them and I look, here's a crack. I pace it out and it's about 10 feet. Yeah. 10 to 12 feet, the distance between the expansion joint and a new crack that developed because there was not an expansion joint. And most people get the right and left side of where you're standing in the quadrant, the right and left side is good. But it's sometimes those long stretches of concrete where they didn't put one in the middle. They should put one in the middle.
Sure.
So if you want to have a driveway, and it's going to crack, you want it to crack along that area.
They're rightly called control joints.
Control joints.
So you're controlling
the crack area. It's going to crack there. It's not a problem. But make sure they're 10 feet. And if you have a driveway and you are concerned about it, you can have someone just cut an expansion joint. Or cut a control joint in there.
Yeah.
Because concrete is, if it's in the shade, you have one section's in the shade, one's in the sun, it's going to expand, it's going to be different moisture content. All these things are going to be playing in the concrete.
It's stress.
It's stress joint. And it will eventually crack. Even though you have rebar, even though you have 7 inches thick, it's irregardless, it's going to crack. You know what I mean? You have to control the climate and all these other things to get it to uniformly expand and contract. But that's not going to happen on and when you're outside. You got one area's in the sun, one area's not in the sun, one area's in a wet area, one area's in a dry area. All these things affect the rate of expansion and contraction. So, for long life of your driveway, make sure that you have and if you're moving into a new construction and you're just buying a house and you go out there and look at the expansion joints, have someone cut some expansion joints. You can get a concrete saw and cut your own expansion joints.
You can never have too many. You can only have too few.
Right, too few. And that, you have a nice driveway and it's got, 14, 15 cracks in it, they can never be repaired. They're not repairable. You could cover them up, but they're not repairable.
They're repairable in a functional sense, not in a cosmetic sense.
Not in a cosmetic sense.
It looks awful.
Yes, it looks bad. So keep it in mind if you get in a concrete driveway.
You know, the expansion joint or control joints I really like? They come in 2 flavors.
Right.
One is when it's done in a row of bricks. I think that's really good looking. And also large control joints, almost like a railroad tie.
Railroad tie.
Nice big timber.
That looks good.
That looks real good.
That looks very good. A railroad tie expansion joint, is a very nice large piece of lumber. It's very nice expansion joint.
And choosing good lumber, meaning it's been treated for ground contact or even water
saltwater contact, right?
Bam.
Yeah, that really dresses up a concrete driveway. Concrete driveways are, not the most beautiful.
They're like wall-to-wall carpet.
Yeah. They're not beautiful. So if you put a expansion joint in there like that, it's going to really dress it up, make it look nicer.
Pavers too.
Paver units are in there, anything like that. Shapes, different shapes on it. It's a great way to make a concrete driveway look great.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to make sure that you follow these general construction ideas, and you're going to have a driveway that lasts for years. Or you go with brick pavers. Brick pavers is always.
I love that look. I'm too frugal.
A lifetime. It's a lifetime product. If you use clay brick pavers, it will last you. If you're buying a house and you're going to live there for a long time. And
it's really rare to see in our area in a drive is asphalt. Very rarely in a residence.
I actually had two requests for asphalt driveways. And they're more common up north.
Very common.
Very common up north. I'm not sure why they're relatively inexpensive to install. I don't know if I like the color black.
Maybe that's it. Maybe they're just so darn hot that they're not so popular here. That could be the primary reason.
Right, but
there's plenty of asphalt around.
Oh, yeah, there's plenty of asphalt. They do require some prep, leveling, underlayment, but they're a little bit less than concrete.
Very rare.
Right.
Very rare. It's 6:50 here at News 104.5 on a Home and Garden Show. Taking a brief break, jumping right back on the phones to your calls at 855-765-1045. And a reminder, if you're calling from the International Space Station, you have head-of-the-line privileges. We'll be right back.
Get up to speed on what's going on with the 3 big things you need to know every 15 minutes all day. This is where Jacksonville turns first for breaking news, weather, and traffic. News 104.5 WOKV.
Hi, I'm Larry of Larry's Garden. One of my favorite things about the South is great weather, which means more time for outside. And at Larry's Garden, we design, install, and maintain every outdoor project. Need to replace a cracked driveway? We do it. Need a patio, pergola, deck, or pavers? We do it. Let one company, Larry's Garden, complete your entire project. No subcontractors. All work is done by Larry's Garden employees. Low water landscapes, sod replacement, landscape designs that are unbelievable, a complete landscape makeover, we do it. Let one company, Larry's Garden, complete your entire project. Weekly maintenance for communities and commercial locations is also available. For more information, visit larrysgarden.com or call 346-1970. Design, install, maintain. One company, complete project, Larry's Garden.
A collision with a semi-truck is like getting hit by 20 cars, all at the same time. It takes resources to take on the trucking industry. At Farron Farah, we have those resources. Call 396-5555. Offices, Jacksonville.
I'm Mark Kinder with Affordable Water. There's a process in water treatment called ion exchange. This process actually removes hardness using very little salt with our demand metered systems. Our dual media system softens and filters water for your home or business. Affordable Water has been educating and serving Jacksonville for 30 years. We're licensed locally as well as on the state and national level. Affordable Water, 262-0197. That's Affordable Water, 262-0197. License number W32.
AffordableWaterJacks.com.
Hello, all you hard workers. It's me, Pete the Job Guy, and you know you listen to me every Sunday morning at 8 o'clock. What I'm going to ask you to do now is call me at my office, SNI Companies, 904-713-2550. I'm surrounded by the area's best recruiters, and if you need top talent or you need temporary talent, call us at SNI Companies, 904-713-2550. Or you could always email me at pete@PeteTheJobGuy.com.
Business owners and professionals face special challenges in divorce court. In addition to everything else going on, they have to contend with allegations that they are earning more than they are, coupled with claims on their business or practice itself.
Attorney CPA Joe Cordell.
An effective defense often hinges on sophisticated strategies relating to income tax projections, business valuations, spousal support claims. Clients with assets depend on their divorce lawyer's skills in these matters, and that's why it's so important to hire someone that has those skills. By the way, unless you're in Missouri or Illinois, I'm not licensed in your state, but that's okay. Our attorneys in your state are.
Contact the domestic litigation firm of Cordell & Cordell to schedule an appointment with one of our firm's Jacksonville area attorneys, a partner man can count on. Online at CordellCordell.com. That's CordellCordell.com.
Cordell & Cordell, Jacksonville, Florida. Lisa Cargus, Florida resident partner. Announcers are not licensed attorneys.
Here's MJ Easterling, president of Florida Pump Service.
We receive a lot of calls from customers who have used a handyman or an individual for their pump and well issues, and now that person is no longer in business or can't be found by phone. At Florida Pump Service, you'll never have those problems. For over 69 years, we have been providing fast, reliable, 24-hour service for all of your pump and well needs. With over 100 years combined experience, we're here when you need us.
Call 269-0202. That's 269-0202. Florida Pump Service. We make water happen.
This is Jeff King, Development Director for Road to Heaver Boys Ranch. Road to Heaver Boys Ranch has been advertising on News 104.5 WOKV for over 10 years. I always say that News 104.5 WOKV will give them the biggest bang for their advertising budget.
What if I told you there was a way to step into another gear for your brain and be much sharper, more focused, and improve your memory to a level that you could only dream about and notice these results in 30 minutes? Hard to believe? Neuroscientists are calling this new brain discovery the biggest advancement in brain science to date. It's called Limitless, the brain pill of the future. Take it, and within 30 minutes, you'll transport your mind to a new level of focus and clarity you would have never thought possible.
I took Limitless and it started working in minutes. All of a sudden, it felt like a dark cloud had been lifted up right before my eyes. I have a mental clarity I've never felt before.
Biz execs, athletes, teachers, and students are calling Limitless a secret weapon for the brain. You have nothing to lose, so call now and find out how to get a free bottle today.
Find out how to get a free bottle of Limitless. Call 1-800-617-1604. 800-617-1604. Free bottles for a limited time. Call now. 800-617-1604. 800-617-1604.
Now, the WOKV First Alert Forecast.
Hot and humid today with a widely scattered late day or evening shower or thunderstorm. A high of 92, dropping to just 74 tonight. And hot tomorrow. It'll be partly sunny on your Sunday with isolated to widely scattered afternoon thunderstorms. A high of 94. And the heat continues Monday through Wednesday under partly sunny skies with isolated afternoon storms and highs around 95 each day. From the First Alert Weather Center, I'm Action News Jax Chief Meteorologist Mike Burrish for News 104.5 WOKV.
WOKV FM and WOKV HD1 Atlantic Beach. Powered by New South Factory Direct Windows. Listen everywhere in the WOKV app. News 104.5 WOKV, a Cox Media Group station.
Welcome back to the Home and Garden Show, 6:55 here, News 104.5 on the Home and Garden Show. Larry O'Neill from Larry's Garden is here. I'm Wally Conway from Home Pro Inspection. Should you need the large landscaper anytime during the week for grass and shrubs and trees and hardscape and landscape and pergolas and ponds, he's easy to find.
I like that.
Yeah, I like alliteration. Makes me feel good. Easy to find all the time online, Larry'sGarden.com. Got the blog, got the video, frequently asked questions, 2,000 active bloggers just nerding along, talking about green stuff. Really kind of cool. Larry also has a telephone. That number is this number, 346-1970. If you're Palm Coast or other areas in the hinterlands, 904-346-1970. Me, Wally Conway, easy to find all the time online. Go homepro.com. Home inspections for buyers, home inspections for sellers, commercial building inspections, and environmental type sampling. That is like water or asbestos and mold and all that other good stuff. If you're curious what's living in your home with you, we can easily diagnose that.
All this new building is going on. You know, people are always concerned about having, what's going on in my house? Are they building it correctly? Are they following the
plans?
You can having a home inspection, which, you can hire your company to inspect the building process.
Oh, yeah, we do phase monitoring all the time. And really, it's working together in concert with the builder. And here's the goal. No callbacks in the first year you own the home. If we do our job just right, the builder does their job just right, you do your job just right as the home buyer, because you do have things to do as a home buyer. You have no callbacks in the first year. And the reason that's so important, they're incredibly expensive for the builder to respond to you each time you find something wrong, whether it's large or small. It costs time and money to respond to it. Right. So our goal is to find all those things during the construction process so they're not found later after you move in, because they've already been solved. Saves the builder a ton of time, ton of money, and creates a lot of goodwill. And then for you, the home buyer,
a lot less frustration.
Yeah, you're not taking off time from work and having all this other nonsense and hassle, and you've kind of upgraded your home after you move in. You got curtains going, you got this, all the nice things you're doing. When something goes wrong, it disrupts that. So we work hard to push that towards zero. Right. Sometimes we actually get it to zero. Sometimes we don't, but at least we're driving it as far down as it can be in a practical sense. We also have a telephone. I almost forgot to say that. That telephone number is 268-8211. Operators are standing by right now to take your call. We have someone answering the phone 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, so we're always happy to hear from you. If you're in Palm Coast or elsewhere, Kingsland, Georgia, any place outside of immediate Jacksonville area, we can carry you and would love to carry you. The area code 904-268-8211. And it is the place to get your 18-month home warranty. It is remarkable in 2019 that there are people buying a 12-month warranty when you can get an 18-month warranty for the same cost. It also amazes me that there's still real estate agents referring something that's lesser in favor of something that's more.
Right.
It's kind of weird. Makes you want to ask the question, why? I actually know some of the whys, but it's not.
I want to talk a little bit about more expansion joints.
We got about 15 seconds to do so.
On every inside corner, you need to have an expansion joint. Yes. Every single one. And every pool turn, swimming pool, where they turn around that
stress
corner,
risers.
They need to have an expansion joint there. I've done a lot of landscape, looked at a lot of pools, did a lot of paver systems. That is the one point they're going to crack. 100% guaranteed.
It's an interesting thing. You've looked at thousands of drives. I've looked at thousands of drives. I can watch them pour a drive.
Right.
And say it's going to crack here, 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 and here.
Right.
It's so easy to tell.
It's so easy to tell. That inside corner or that pool that turns around that curve right there, it's going to...
It can
it's the same thing as an inside corner. It's going to crack there. There should be an expansion joint right there.
I feel your passion.
All right.
It's 7 a.m. here at News 104.5 on the Home and Garden Show. We've got Fox News traffic, weather, then the second hour of the Home and Garden Show featuring you. Here is that number. Love to hear from you. 855-765-1045. Stay with us. Right back.
Gaining strength in the Gulf. I'm Pam Puso, Fox News. Tropical Storm Barry is intensifying as it makes its way toward Louisiana. Landfall expected in the next hour or so near Morgan City. That's where Fox's Rob Schmidt is.
Louisiana is bracing for water. That's what they're really worried about. Wind is going to be one thing, but water, there's so many different ways. As the governor was just saying yesterday, that Louisiana can flood. So much of this state, especially down in these areas, is built below sea level. So you've got a ton of rivers that come up. You have the storm surge comes up, the Gulf, obviously. What they're really concerned about is water.
Nearly 60,000 homes and businesses in Louisiana already without power as the outer bands of Barry reach the shoreline.
We're going to see maybe slightly less rain right in the New Orleans area, and the official river flood forecast is a little bit lower than it was. Now they're saying that they expect that river to crest right at around 17 feet instead of that 19 and 20 feet that they had earlier. That would be really good news.
Fox meteorologist Rick Reichmuth, Mississippi, Alabama, Arkansas, and Tennessee also bracing for Barry. Another U.S. service member has lost his life on the battlefield. The Pentagon says the unidentified service member died in Afghanistan today, the Taliban claiming responsibility. The crisis at the southern border is unprecedented. That from Vice President Mike Pence, who met with border agents while touring 2 detention facilities in Texas yesterday.
While you're securing the border, while you're preventing illegal immigration, while you're stopping the flow of illegal drugs and contraband over the border, you're dealing with this massive migrant flow.
Tomorrow, immigration raids are expected in 10 cities across the country. Another round of protests in Hong Kong, where a proposal to change extradition laws remains under fire. Many demonstrators calling on the city's leader to resign. This is Fox News.
Now, local news from CBS 47, Fox 30 Action News Jax.
I'm Action News Jax anchor Lorena in plan for News 104.5 WOKV. Our top story, Jacksonville Beach police say a suspected drunk driver hit and killed a 22-year-old pedestrian. Police say victim is Brian Turner from South Carolina. Investigators say he was hit by 31-year-old Joshua Lovingood, a Jacksonville native. Court records show Lovingood has been arrested twice for DUI in the past 5 years. Action News Jax is reaching out to JEA to ask if it's completed work to fix a broken water main. Crews began working on the issue along Roosevelt Boulevard north of Robert Gordon Road in Ortega. At last check, one lane remains shut down on North Gordon Road. JEA tells us an independent contractor hit the line Friday evening. Today, you can team up with the Jags to help save lives. The team is partnering with One Blood for a blood drive. It starts at 8 this morning and ends at 6 at TIAA Bank Field, U.S. Ashore Club. To say thanks, donors will get a free preseason game ticket. While you're there, you can say hi to alumni players, the Roar cheerleaders, and Jackson DeVille. Action News Jax this morning continues till 10 on Fox 30. You can watch our live stream by downloading our mobile app right from your phone.
This news report is brought to you by Energy Seal.
Hi, Stan Nagel for Energy Seal Foam Insulation, reminding you that summer is here. So you don't want to be hot this year. Wouldn't it be nice this summer to dial your air down to 72 degrees and pay less money for it? Call Energy Seal and it's fixed. 888-306-3626. Look us up on the web, EnergySealToday.com. Whether it's your home, your office, or any metal building, Energy Seal will keep you cool this summer. Book now before we're busy and save 20% off our summer rates. Call 888-306-3626. Look us up on the web, EnergySealToday.com.
What if I told you there was a way to step into another gear for your brain and be much sharper, more focused, and improve your memory to a level that you could only dream about and notice these results in 30 minutes? Hard to believe? Neuroscientists are calling this new brain discovery the biggest advancement in brain science to date. It's called Limitless.
and maintains a standard of excellence. Schedule a free roof estimate at jackcwilsonroofing.com. Jack C. Wilson Roofing Company, the first name